In this tutorial, we will cover trend lines in charts in Excel. Please open the file 10 Trend Lines. Trend lines are to help you see an overall picture of your data over time. They can even be used to forecast future trends and make predictions. Keep in mind, trend lines aren't always available with all types of charts, but if you're using an area, bar, line, column, stock, scatter, or bubble chart that's two-dimensional, you can use your trend lines and apply them. To apply a trend line, let's add one. Go ahead and click on your chart to select it. Then if you would, please go to the Chart Tools Design tab. On the Design tab, you'll need to go to the left-hand side in the Chart Layouts group and click on Add Chart Element. And near the bottom, you'll see your trend line. Now there's 6 different trend lines to work with, but you'll see that there are 4 of them listed here. There is currently, as it sits, for none. You'll see that there's linear. Linear trend lines are best for simple sets of data where the data points are in an increasing or decreasing at a steady rate. There's exponential, which is good for data with positive values, especially if something increases or decreases at a very quick rate. There's also a repeat of your linear forecast, which forecasts your linear trend lines into the future to see how it progresses. There's also your moving average, which is good for large fluctuations, helping you to neutralize the variation and get an idea about your underlying trends. Now, if you want to look at the other types, you can click down on More Trend Lines, and you'll see it opens up the Format Trendline window on your screen on the right. If you would, click on the third icon there for Trendline Options. In addition to your exponential and linear, you'll also see there's logarithmic, which is if your data increases quickly and then evens out. That might be where you'll need to use a logarithmic trend line. And they're great for positive and negative values you're working with. There's polynomial, which are curved lines for data with positive values, especially if you have a lot of fluctuations for up and down. That's where your polynomial will come out for working it. Power lines. Power also are generated with positive values, and therefore your specific increases of information. As your information increases at a specific rate, you might consider using a power trend line. But I think linear is fine for us. As you can see, you can click on each of them to get a comparison about the different ones that might work best for you. Let's go ahead and click on linear, and you'll see that that is applied on your chart. Now, if the trend line doesn't give you all the data you need, there are some ways to go in and modify it. Now, we've already got the pane up on our right-hand side, but if we didn't have it, go ahead and click the X. You can bring it back up very quickly by putting your pointer on your trend line, and you'll see it brings up my information. Right-click on it and go down to Format Trendline. As you can see, that opens up the pane again, so we can very easily modify the settings. If I wanted to, if rather than using that color, I could go and click on the line paint bucket, and I could use a different color if I want to go to solid fill and then change it so it displays your information in a different color. I could also make it a little bit thicker if you want to change the width, or other ways you can modify the trend lines to suit your needs. Once you're done, let's close the Format Trendline pane and then click off of our chart, and we can see how it appears on our screen. So hopefully this gives you a better understanding of how to add and manipulate your trend lines in your charts.